Hello everyone, so in this video I just want to show you how you can test your Citrix environment when everything works. So you should do this kind of test, I don't know, once a month or once every 2 months, or when you, for example, when you take over a new client and you do not really know the environment, and you just need to create a benchmark so that in case you will have issues, you can compare the results from when it is working with the results when something is not working. So from my point of view, if you have a benchmark, like you tested connection ports, you tested write speeds, you tested network speeds in your entire environment, and you document this every month or every 2 months, it will be very, very easy for you to find the issue when something is wrong. So when you have storage issues, performance issues, or communication issues, having a benchmark will help you a lot. So let's just start. I did try to create some quick steps that you can check in such a benchmark, and let's see. So let's start with the storefront. As we know, the storefront needs to communicate with AD and with the DDC. So if we take a look at the diagram from Citrix, our storefront should be able to communicate to Active Directory and to the delivery controller. Of course, if we have a gateway, then it should also be able to communicate with the gateway. Those are the ports that we will test. I don't have a gateway, so I cannot test this part, but I believe I have everything else. So let's go to the storefront. Where is it? Here. So simple test, nothing too fancy. All those tests here need to have the result true. So let me clear my screen and just run them. AD01 is my the main controller. It's also the DNS server, so all in one. This is why I'm using the same name everywhere, and this is my DDC. So let's just run the tests. So everywhere we can see that we have true. Even here on the Ethernet, sorry, we have here the port that was tested, and the results. So 88 is for Kerberos authentication. Okay, so this was the storefront. Of course, many more tests can be done, but I just listed a few of them. Let's go to the DDC, and also let's see the diagram from Citrix. So this is on-premise. So the DDC needs to communicate, to be able to communicate to the VDAs, of course. It needs to communicate to Active Directory, it needs to communicate to the SQL database, it needs to communicate to the licensing server, it needs to also communicate to Studio if Studio is not installed directly on the delivery controller. and it also needs to communicate with the gateway. So as I told you, I do not have a gateway, and we will test what we can. So we will test the licensing server, we will test the SQL connection, and we will test two hypervisors. So the first two are for a Xen server, and the second one is an SCVMM. And we will also test the connection from this to the VDA, from the delivery controller to the VDA. This is not necessary, so we do not have the ICA protocols here, but because I do not have a gateway, I will test them from, I will test the ports from this from the DDC, and I also like to check if I have the local database present on my on each of my DDCs, in case the SQL I lose connection to the SQL, the Citrix will fail over to the local database, and this is how we can check. So those two files you will need to find under C Windows Service Profile and Network Services, so they will be there. So let's do the test. Hope it doesn't take too long. Okay, so I have everything to true, and of course both file exists. Let's also go to that directory. So here it is. This is how they look like, and here you will have everything that you have in your SQL database. You will have them a replica locally on your on each of your delivery controllers. Okay, let's jump to the VDA itself. So on the VDA, we will also do the network port checking. We also check if we have communication with the file share where we have our roaming profiles, because that is also where is it, the diagram, because we need to also test that. We don't have it in the Citrix picture, but I'm telling you 445 needs to be accessible from each VDA. So let's go back, let's run the test. Everything is true. Now you should write this down, create a documentation, date, time, and the result of the tests. An additional test that I'm always doing is to check the performance of writing on the disk. So this is checking the let's just execute it. This is writing on the VM disk itself. It's doing a few tests, and you can also write down the result of this test. You should do this test in the morning when almost no one is there. You should do this test also when you have a full load of your environment. So when almost all your users are working as usual. I don't know, that is around 10 or 11 a.m. And you should also do another test in the evening. So you should have 3 tests per day to check different the different behavior. You can also test, and this is another nice test. This will copy a file. So this file is already on the share. So this is on the profile share where the users save their data, and this is locally on the machine. So you also need to test this, how fast the data can travel from the share to your VM. This will give you the speed in seconds, and this is the other way around. We are copying from this. So this is a file. ctemp is a 100 megabyte file, and we are copying it back to the share. So as you can see, different timings, and you need to know those timings when everything is fine, so that you can compare them in case something is wrong. Another nice test is to use this tool from Microsoft. I have it somewhere. So disk speed. This is the link. It's on GitHub. You can read more about it. I have prepared a command that will also test the write speed of what is it? The write speed on the machine. I have somewhere the command. Oh, this one. Copy. Where is it? Here. So when I'm saying I'm testing the write speed on the local drive, this means, as you know, all the VMs are located on a share. May it be an NFS, may it be a SCSI disk, or I don't know what your environment looks like, but this is a test on how fast how read-write works on your current hypervisor storage. So this is also very important to have documented when it is working. So because if you do not have those numbers when it's working, let's say for example in 1 or 2 months you will have a major issue with the writing speed on the storage, and you do not have those numbers. So yeah, so let's say it worked for me with 65 megabytes per second, and now it's 10 megabytes. If you not have this information in hand, you cannot go to the team that administers the storage and tell them, yeah, I had 65 megabytes and now I only have 10 megabytes. Solve my issue. They will not believe you, and you will need to prove to them, okay, those are the tests, monthly tests. Something happened since a month ago. So yeah, this is why I recommend doing benchmarks all the time, every month or every 2 months. And the most important benchmarks to be done are when you take over a new client. So that is very, very important, because you do not know the environment, and if something fails, it will be very hard for you to find the issue. Thank you for watching. Of course, a lot of more tests can be done. I just enumerated a few of them. I gave you an idea. So from here on, you can create your own test procedure. You can create your own documentation, and yeah, good luck. And please subscribe to my channel if you liked this type of video.